Namaskaram friends. So let's discuss an important current affairs editorial from Bihar election. Editorial is about qualified success. So let's discuss it. Mail out migration and cash transfers make women's turnout higher in Bihar. Bihar has again demonstrated a singular electoral pattern in the assembly elections which have ended. In preliminary voter turnout data from the Election Commission of India, women outnumbered men by at least 4.34 lakh votes, which is striking as they were registered approximately 42 lakh fewer than men on the electoral rolls following the special intensive revision SIR. This gender gap, where those with fewer registrations turn out in greater absolute numbers, underscore a complex interplay of welfare politics, demographic realities, and lingering questions about electoral roll integrity. The paradox becomes pronounced when viewed against the backdrop of the SIR exercise that preceded the election. It resulted in 10 exclusions favoring men, with women disproportionately removed from the rolls. Following these deletions, the gender ratio of Bihar's electoral plummeted to just 892 in the final SIR rolls, as against 907 recorded barely a year earlier. The Hindu's statistical analysis of the draft SIR and exclusion data released after a Supreme Court of India directive revealed that women from the age group of 18 to 29 years were most severely affected, particularly under the permanently shifted category of exclusions. This suggests that women who moved after marriage bore the brunt of deletions, with no transparency on whether they were added to rolls in their new locations. Despite these anomalies, the higher turnout of women is likely to work to the advantage of the Nitish Kumar-led government if past electoral trends hold true. His nearly 2-decade tenure has consistently emphasized women's empowerment through targeted welfare measures. This election cycle saw the launch of the Mukhyamantri Mahila Rozgar Yojana in September and the transfer of 10,000 to women across Bihar. Disbursement continued after the Model Code of Conduct, with the Election Commission of India accepting the questionable rationale that it was an ongoing scheme. Higher participation by women in electoral processes is worth celebrating. Such patterns have been largely confined to states with either intense political ideological contestation, West Bengal and Kerala, or those with higher development indices. Bihar, however, presents a different picture. Its high mail-out migration rates for work partly explain why women's absolute turnout exceeded men's despite their smaller registered base. The last-minute cash transfer and these structural demographic factors appear to be more responsible for the turnout pattern than any deep political or ideological mobilization. This brings into focus the Election Commission of India's silence on a fundamental question. How did Bihar's electoral rolls end up with a gender ratio significantly lower than what surveys indicate for the state's population? Until the Election Commission of India provides transparent answers about the SIR processes, the celebration of the higher women's turnout must remain qualified. Electoral participation gains meaningful only when preceded by fair and accurate voter registrations. So this is all about this editorial. Namaskaram. Thank you.